We are ditching the girl math logic and building a wealthy woman mindset. Financial advisor Shalini Dharna joins us now with more. So for viewers who don't know, describe girl math to me. It's a social media thing.
Yes, it's a trend that started on social media, and it's basically kind of a mental gymnastics of how women are justifying their financial decisions. So, I buy something and I return it, I just made money. Or if my bank balance, like let's say I use cash and my bank balance doesn't change or my credit card balance doesn't change, it was free because the balances didn't change. So it's this kind of mental aerobics, I like to call it, of how we justify some of our financial decisions.
Okay, and you in your practice, you see clients of both sexes, but
yes.
You see a difference in, especially in subcultures, of how women treat money.
100%. There's gender roles that certain cultures abide by. There's just stereotypes within the household that the man takes care of the finances, the woman takes care of the household, the kids and all that. And so, yeah, a lot of the times when I would be networking, I'd ask, who handles that? Oh, my husband handles it. I don't know a thing about it. That's my husband's domain. It's like, okay, but you need to be part of the conversation.
Mm-hmm. And the same could be true on the flip side, right? Where you have couples that, yeah, my wife takes care of that. But really, everybody in a relationship needs to know where they stand financially.
100%. So I always say, you need to have a money date. You and your partner, if you're in a relationship or just by yourself, you need to have a money date where you're just looking at the information. No judgment. This is not a, I can't believe I did that situation. No, just have a conversation. Where is everything? Are we on the track that we thought we were on, or do we need to make some adjustments?
Right. Even like what payments, like if you and your partner like split payments, let each other know like what those payments are, what utilities are, what.
Yeah, and I always say if you are in a relationship, open up like a family email and make that the account, because what we've seen sometimes is, a partner passes away, and back in the day you'd get a statement, a physical statement that showed you where your mortgage was or what your investments were. Now with everything being electronic, there have been many cases where the surviving spouse had no clue how to access the information even. So you need to have conversations now more than ever just about where everything even is.
Because you don't want to be blindsided in the case of a divorce, a death, a separation.
And that oftentimes is when the female, in most cases, all of a sudden has to learn the hard way about finances and about money and taking care of things. How do I even pay this bill? My partner always paid it for. If it's already a difficult situation, that is not the time to then also have this learning curve of finances.
Right, and even in some cases to get a credit rating of your own.
Oh, yes. I mean, so many families, all the credit, all the bills are under one spouse's name, and then the other spouse isn't even developing their credit score. And so then when you're trying to get a loan or even stay in your own home, get that mortgage in your name, you don't have the credit history or the credit rating to support that.
What's your biggest piece of advice?
Just have an open conversation. If you're in a relationship, like I said, have a conversation. Where is everything? Try to split the ownership. Like if you can, get a credit card in your name and your partner's name so that you're both building credit, and work on those goals together.
Okay, and do that maybe even before you become like whether you move in together, whether you get married or whatever, have an open conversation about how you treat money.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I always say to my newer couples even, have a conversation. What was your childhood money story? Did you grow up with parents that talked about it, communicated, or was it, that taboo topic that we don't talk about money, right? And then what do you want as your relationship with money? And even if you're not in a couple, do this exercise yourself, right? So one of my programs, Money Moves, there's money mindset is a big part of this.
Okay. I'm glad we've had this conversation.
Yes.
We've got lots more to talk about. Run out of time, but we'll get all your links up on our social media site.
Thank you.
CHCH.com/morninglove.